On April 15th, 1912, Titanic sank to the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean with the loss of 1,496 lives. When the ship broke apart, thousands of artefacts spilled out from the broken ship, scattering themselves for miles. These pieces range in size from some as small as pieces of coal to some being as large as buildings. Each of these items tell their own story from the night of the disaster. There has been outrage over the years from the salvage of artefacts, with many calling it grave robbing, whilst others say how it preserves the story for future generations to see. Over 5,000 of these artefacts have been recovered, and in this video I will be discussing the 4 artefacts I would personally like to see raised. Titanic's number 1 cargo hatch. This is an item that realistically can be recovered. Whilst many of the items on the list are very unrealistic and unpractical, this is one that very well could be done. When Titanic's bow struck the seafloor, massive amounts of water was blown out from the ship as the bow crumpled into the seafloor. This caused the number 1 cargo hatch to be blown off, severing all the bolts holding it down simultaneously. The 21-ton cover was blown roughly 30 to 60 feet forward of the bow. There is a large dent in the cover, possibly from it striking the forward anchor crane. Titanic's Harland and Wolff Builder's Plaque. Titanic and her sisters, much like the majority of White Star liners, were built at the Harland and Wolff shipyards in Belfast, Ireland. Each ship built by Harland and Wolff had a builder's plaque installed aboard. Titanic sat forward facing on B deck. When the wreck was found by Dr. Robert Ballard in 1985, the plaque was still attached, but in the years following it vanished, either falling down off the wall or being taken by a previous expedition and now in a private collection. I personally believe it still lies at the wreck site, sitting among the debris on B deck, but until it's discovered again, we'll never know. Titanic Propeller. Whilst this idea is pretty much impossible, I would love to see one of Titanic's propellers recovered from the wreck site. They are arguably the most well-preserved piece of the ship at the wreck, with the hull number 401 still visible on the propeller. Whilst it's likely this will never be done, it would be amazing to see one of them recovered, and when the technology is available, we might be able to also retrieve the 3-bladed central propeller and finally end the age-old debate of whether or not Titanic had a 3 or a 4-bladed central propeller. Section of the forward tower, or the entire tower itself. Whilst this idea is impossible due to the state of the forward tower, it would be absolutely incredible to see it raised and preserved. The forward tower is one of my personal favourite pieces of wreckage, as it shows the violence of the ship's breakup. Its torn sides and compressed decks tell a violent story of what happened the night the ship ripped apart. The forward tower consists of 3 main decks. These are the boat deck, A deck and B deck. These decks consist of roughly 16 cabins, boiler casing for the 3rd funnel, section of the A deck promenade and a 3rd funnel deckhouse. With the state of the tower at the moment, any chance of it being recovered is highly unlikely, as it would just likely fall apart during recovery operations.